So as we come onto our mat, and let's just let the body land here on your mat, maybe supporting the head, supporting the legs with a bolster or a rolled up blanket, just allowing the weight of the legs to sink onto that support. If you're not using a bolster or a blanket today, find that beautiful constructive rest pose. Let the feet come to the edges of the mat. Let the knees drop in on each other. You can adjust the feet so that it feels really comfortable into the low back, the back being right on the mat here. A hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. Take a moment, close down the eyes. As you feel the body supported here on your mat in your practice, just bring some awareness to your breath. Not to change, just to notice. In this colder weather, again, we tend to breathe shallow because it's that cold air in the bottom of the lungs doesn't really feel so good. But these are the times that we most need those full breaths to send oxygen all the way down to the lower lungs, because this is the time of year where some congestion or colds seem to settle in the body. So if we keep those lungs open and full, taking deep breaths all the way to the bottom, we not only bring in health, but we bring in prana and chi and life energy, and best of all, relaxation. So let the lower body here just relax in whatever position you're in. Take a few moments here to just breathe in and out the nose. Again, trying to utilize that full potential into the lungs, and then lengthen those exhales just a bit so that you just almost feel the body just melting here on your mat. If Ujjayi is in your practice, that constriction of the throat, making more of an audible sound, like fogging up that mirror, but doing it with your mouth closed, let the mind settle on the sound of the breath. We're giving the mind a task that quiets all of the external noise, to just listen to what's happening inside of us at this particular moment. Use the breath and let the mind trace the breath. One thing I love about a Zoom class is that we're at home in our own surroundings. We can take that breath as loud as we want to really hear, what do they call it? That Darth Vader constriction breath. So explore with that breath just a little bit. When the mind wanders, it's a wonderful place to bring it back to just listen. And we'll blink the eyes open, leave the legs in whatever position again that you have them. The idea here is from the hips all the way to the toes. There's no wasted energy here. Everything just relaxes to the gravity and to the mat. Good. If you have anything underneath your head, maybe you want to remove that. I'm going to move my coffee cup so that we don't have any accidents here. Yeah. And let's just take our arms out to a T. So once the arms extend straight out from the shoulders, pick up the chest just a bit to squeeze the shoulder blades underneath you and set them back down. A moment to notice that chin, whether it's jutting upwards towards the ceiling. Let's just pick up the head a bit. Tuck that chin into the throat, lower the head back down. The belly is relaxed. The spine is fully supported. You can feel that spine resting on your mat. Good. Taking in one more deep breath. We're going to flip the arms over, but we're just not going to flip right at the wrist. Bring your focus to your shoulder joints. Good. And as you take the in-breath, move through the shoulder joints to rotate the arm up. So the palms come up, the forearms come up, and the biceps come up. A small movement, but notice what you feel. Take that next breath and return. Roll through the shoulders, biceps, forearms, palms down. Take the next few moments to go in between each one, rolling through the shoulder tips, and then back again. So the same movement we use throughout different poses. And sometimes it's easy just to turn the wrist or the palm. But again, we're working with the joints here. So when you take that rotation, whether it's in the legs or the shoulders, move from the joint. Good. And then slowly return, palms up this time. So open up the chest, palms open. Bending at the elbows, forming those goalpost arms. So this would be like a cactus pose on the floor. So the elbows are straight in line with the shoulder joint. The back of the forearm, the back of the hand might come to rest on the floor. Maybe here you use a pillow or your towel or blanket for some support if the hands don't come all the way down. And just pause here first to just feel the comfort level of where you are. And then we're going to pick up the hands and the forearms, and we're going to bring them straight up towards the ceiling. Good. So the palms are facing towards the back of the mat. We'll call this our neutral position. Take in a full deep breath, and then drop the palms forward. So again, here, they may not come all the way down. We're just bringing the focus to the shoulder joint, right? Not so much the end goal here. Just notice the shoulders. Inhale, bring those arms back to that neutral position. And on the exhale, bring them towards the top of your mat. So you're coming more onto the top of the hand, the top of the arm. Bring it back to neutral on the inhale. And then from here, as fluid as you can, just drop the palms. Lift the hands. And then let them recline back towards the head. Mindful movements. Working straight into the shoulder socket here. And we'll meet back into that neutral position. Again, just soften through the shoulders. Take it one more time. Back of the hands coming back down towards the mat, towards your face, towards your upper body. Notice if there's any more room to lower the back of the hands down. Notice where the constriction is. See if you can soften. Take 2 breaths. Inhale, bring it back to that neutral position, fingers reaching up towards the ceiling. And then lower the palms down towards the floor, towards the mats. And just notice here again, if there's any room to lower further than when you started. And notice again, soften through the shoulders. And then return back to that neutral position. Let the right hand find the left shoulder on top of the shoulder. The left hand comes and we stack through the elbows at the center of the chest. Good. Again, lower body's just hanging out here. Nothing to do. Let it relax. Take those elbows that are stacked on your chest. Lift those elbows like you could touch the ceiling. So you're with the back of your finger pads, you can feel the opening through the shoulder joints. So press those shoulder tips up towards the ceiling. Lower those elbows towards the chest. Bring them back up on the inhale towards the ceiling and then reach them up high. Keep all that reach and then drop the elbows towards the face. So again, fluid movements here. Elbows up, elbows towards the ribs, elbows up, and elbows towards the head. Nice work. And then rest the elbows at the chest. Relax the shoulders. And take the arms wide on the mat here. So palms are up, arms are extended away from the body. This is our, let's pull the t-shirt off asana. Big range of motion through the shoulders. So we're going to take the first two nice and slow together. And then I'll let you work your movement to your body this morning. So on the inhale, pick up the arms. They're still extended away from the body. Take those arms and crisscross them above your body, crisscrossing at the elbows. Bring the hands to their opposite shoulders, like you were going to pull your shirt over your head. So reaching back, then pull that shirt over your head. Let those arms fly out and around and back to its starting point. And we'll do it again. Inhale, lift the arms off the floor, crisscross at the elbows, reach for opposite shoulders, lift the elbows high as if you were going to pull that shirt over your head, stretch the arms out, down, and around to be placed back on the mat. Two more on your own here, nice and slow. We move with our breath. And if you finish your last one, again, let the shoulders relax. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to mix it up, taking it the opposite way, just working the brain just a little bit as well. Inhale, lift the arms off the mat. Crisscross. Lift the arms, take them overhead. So you're going out to the side, over the head. Hands to opposite shoulders. Pull off the t-shirt. Let the arms come forward, around, and down. So lift the arms, circle them overhead, crisscross arms to opposite shoulders, pull that shirt off over your head, let the arms come down and around to the mat. Two more on your own. Circle upwards, crisscross, grab onto that shirt, pull it off, circle the arms down and around. Last one. If you're using a bolster or a blanket underneath the knees, pick up your feet, press your feet into the bolster or the blanket and just scoot it off the mat. If the feet are wide, knees together, just heel toe your feet to center, then extend the legs long. Let's take a full body stretch here. Fingers away. and the toes. Draw the knees into the chest. Let's give them a hug. Let's wake up that back body a little bit by rocking from one hip bone to the other. Keeping the knees, the thighs hugged in close to the chest. Maybe you also feel that nice stretch in the low back. Right. And we'll roll over to one side and we'll make our way to a seat. Elevating your seat by sitting on the edge of a pillow, an edge of the blanket, an edge of a bolster so that the pelvis tilts down towards the mat, the knees lower, and you find room into the low back. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to roll through the neck muscles. So belly is in, pelvis is lifted, hands resting lightly on the thighs. Right ear just falls gently to the right shoulder. We'll circle the chin around to the right shoulder as we move through the neck muscles. Dropping the chin into the chest. Exhale all the air as you feel length in the back of the neck. Left ear, left shoulder. The chin, left shoulder. Head comes back to neutral. Reversing that, left ear, left shoulder. The chin, left shoulder. Move it around as the chin comes to the chest. The chin to the right shoulder. The ear to the right shoulder. And the head back to neutral. Nice. Shoulder rolls. Up to the ears, down and around. Again, a slow movement so that you can feel you bring those shoulder blades together onto the back body, opening up the collarbone area. Reverse it. Listen to any of those little creaks that are popping in here. Good. Leaving the hands either on the knees or you can draw them to the shins. We're just going to begin small circular motion through the spine. So whichever direction you choose first. Maybe you bring the hands to the knees so that you can bring this a little bit bigger and allow the shoulders to come forward and around. Deepening, maybe like a seated forward fold and then leaning back. And then drawing back to that neutral. We'll reverse it here. So nice and slow, just like a little coil first. Just feel into the spine and all the muscles along the spine. Breath is nice and soft. Face is nice and soft. Begin now to broaden your circle. And then maybe here again, play with bringing in the shoulders, making it a bigger movement. Dropping down, dropping the shoulder tips, chest, and then pushing back. And winding that down, we're just going to roll over the knees now into a child's pose. If you've got your blanket or some kind of padding for the knees, grab that. I'll meet you there. Spreading the fingers wide. Stacking the joints, gaze is straight down. Press into your palms here, draw your belly in, find a nice supported table. Let's tuck the toes under just to bring in some space into the toes, into the arch of the foot, and just flow couple cat-cows, your choice. Dropping the belly, opening the heart, pushing, rounding, and tucking. Maybe it feels good to wag the tail, sending the hips from one side to the other. Maybe circling that torso, just like we did as we were seated, but it's a totally different element now. So being a little curious with that movement. And then bring the big toes together at the center of your mat. Send those knees as wide as you can. A nice little hip opener here. Sink those hips back towards the heels. Again, find some support of a pillow or blanket underneath the knee crease if this is um, challenging for your knees. Walk the hands forward. Drop the forearms. Relax the wrist, relax the fingers, relax the head down to a block or down to your mat. Just allowing yourself a moment of breath and stillness and quiet. Maybe a good time to set an intention for this practice, setting an intention out for this day. And coming into a more active child's pose here, come up onto tented fingers, lifting the forearms and walk those fingers as far forward as you can. Good. Beginning to lower the chest down towards the mat, beginning to open up the soft tissue under the arms, beginning to feel into the length of your spine, the length of your arms. Taking a nice full deep breath. And then walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press into those palms to lift the torso. Bring the knees together. Tuck those toes, and we're going to make our way to downward facing dog. So any way that's good for you to get there this morning, lift up. Maybe you keep the knees bent, the feet hip distance apart, walking those hands forward. And as you walk the hands forward, press down into the palms and send those palms like you could press them to the top of the mat. As you press those hands away from you, the chest automatically comes down towards the thighs. Release the head. Maybe take a couple circles, nodding yes and no. My knees are still bent. And one at a time, just to bring some movement in the back of the legs. I'll take one heel closer to the mat, beginning to straighten through that leg. Then coming back up onto the ball of the foot, dropping the alternate heel down, all at the same time, keeping the head nice and heavy, pressing the hands away, gaze like towards your navel. And then alternate one heel and the other. Up high onto the balls of the feet, both heels lower together now. Any amount, press through those hands, lift the hips up toward the ceiling. And as you press those hands away from you, press the hips back toward the back of the mat. Then slowly begin to straighten any amount the legs for your nice, still downward facing dog. One more breath here. Head is heavy. Bend into the knees, come up onto the balls of your feet as you gaze towards your hands and take little baby steps, little teeny baby steps, feet to meet the hands. As many little steps as you can. Again, a nice opening for the hamstrings. Take it nice and slow. It's a little cool this morning. Good. As we hang in a forward fold at the top of the mat, again, keep the knees generously bent. Reach for those elbows. Let the weight of the elbows, the weight of the head and gravity bring some length to the spine. Maybe it feels good here to sway one side to the other. Maybe a gentle bounce. Move how it feels good in your body. Release the hands down to the mat. Again, arms dangle, head dangles. And we're going to press into the feet and bend the knees and slowly roll your way, nice and easy. Stacking the spine as you go, shoulders and head, the last to arrive. Bringing the shoulder blades together onto the back body, send the arms out to the sides, send the arms up overhead. Find the prayer above you and draw the prayer right into the heart space. Soften the shoulders. Maybe close down the eyes here so that you really feel into the body. Lifting all 10 toes and spreading them wide. Dropping the toe pads one at a time to the surface of the mat. Shifting the weight to the heels, to the balls of the feet. Front to back, back to front. Shifting the weight from the blade edge of the foot to the inner arch, side to side. Again, just a subtle movement, shifting just like water in a bowl. Front to back and side to side. Finding here that equal distribution of weight, a gentle bend into the knees, engaging your quadriceps here, lifting those kneecaps up, tightening the glute, drawing in the belly. Let's begin our flow. On the inhale, lift the arms out to the side and overhead. As you form the prayer above you, draw the prayer straight through heart center as you take a forward fold. Nice and slow. Head hangs, knees bent, tailbone lifts. When you're ready for the inhale, we'll find that half lift. So maybe the hands come to the shins. We press gently into the shins, tailbone in one direction, crown of the head in the other. Squeeze the shoulder blades together so that the heart space lifts. Spine is nice and long. And then let the air go as you take a deeper forward fold. Head hangs. And then press into the feet and bend the knees. Bring yourself back to stand. Arms out, arms overhead. Find the prayer, maybe a gentle back bend, and then take the flow. Forward fold. Halfway lift. And fold again. Bend the knees. Let's rise up, reach out, reach up. Find the prayer, find the back bend, and then let all the air go as you take a forward fold. Inhale fully, lift the heart space in your lift. Exhale all the air as you fold. Rise up. Take that breath in, extend up, find the back bend. And two more here on your own, as slow or as fast as your breath leads the way. Resting in prayer Tadasana as you complete your flow. Lunge sequence. On the inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Take a gentle back bend. Then we're going to swan dive, arms out to the sides, straight spine as you forward fold. Hands come to your blocks or your mat. Find a half lift. Take a fold. Right leg steps back to the back of the mat and drop the knee down. Press into your block. Press into your finger pads. Lift the heart up. So in this instance, the block is fabulous because I can put my finger pads down and lift, but look what happens if I use the block. I get so much more space here, so much more area to breathe into. Take a full breath wherever you landed. Good. Shift the hips back. We're only going to be here a second. Take that half split. Lift the front toes. Again, think heart to toes. Look past the edge of the toes. Walk it back to find that low lunge, your choice. Lift the back heel. Find a little quad stretch. Drop the heel. Toes are tucked. Lift the back knee. Plant the right hand on the mat inside that left foot and extend the left arm out to the side and overhead like you could stack through your shoulders. Taking a full breath and reach. And then we're going to circle that top arm down towards the hip, down towards the floor, framing the front foot. Press off that back foot. Come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Find the half lift. Take a deeper fold. And then press your way back up to standing, lifting the arms back overhead, little extension, little flexion in the spine. Then swan dive forward, arms out to the side, down, straight spine. We find our fold. Big breath in, we find the half lift. Exhale all the air, fold, plant the hands, block or the mat, left leg steps back. Separate the feet as you need to, different side. Drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. Find that block or use your finger pads. Extend the chest forward. Straighten that front leg, finding that half splits. Lift the front toes. Bring that belly in. Dropping it down, coming back to that low lunge. Lifting the back heel any amount to find your quad stretch. Releasing the foot back down, tuck the back toes, lift that back knee up, plant the left hand flat on the mat as we rotate open to the right. So the right arm swings out to the side and up. Again, gaze can be straight down. Circle that arm down towards your hip, down and around. Bring it to the inside of the front foot so that you can walk your way around to the long edge of your mat. I'm going to switch around here. Good. On your long edge of your mat, again, allow the body to just hang, the head to be heavy. Walk the arms forward, finger pads forward, hips stay back. Just like your downward dog upper position here, drop the head. Walk the hands back towards you, flip those finger pads around so they're facing the back of your mat, and continue that journey. Walk those hands back so the crown of the head comes down towards the mat. Bringing the hands back right underneath the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath. Hands come to the hips or the waist. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, elbows lift. Gentle bend in the knees so that with a straight spine, we draw ourselves up here to stand. Pivot. I'm using my left foot, but pivot your foot one foot to point towards the top of your mat, bend into its knee. So you're opening up your pelvis now to the side of the mat. Lift the arms, find your warrior two. So as you arrive here in warrior two, we bend through the front knee. We send that knee toward the outer foot. Soften the shoulders, gaze over the fingers. Taking in a nice full breath, settle the gaze. Take a half bind, bring the back hand around the back. Let it snuggle there on the small of the back. Here, we're going to flip the front palm, but we're not going to do it just flipping the wrist, right? We're going to use that movement from the shoulder joint, from the joint. Open the arm. Send that arm up towards the ceiling, then take it overhead, bicep by the ear, stretch through the side body. So in your reverse warrior, reach through the fingers, maybe the little pinky kind of tilts down. It's not a back bend, it's a side bend. And then find your peaceful warrior. Straighten that front leg. Reach back even further. Beautiful stretch there. Rebending into the front knee. Release the bind. Both arms extend out. Gaze over the fingers. Lower any amount. Take a breath. Hands come back to the waist. Straighten that front leg. Pivot that foot. Find yourself here, again, a wide angle. We're going to just immediately take it over to warrior two, second side. Otherwise, I'll forget it like I've been known to do the last couple times. So from your wide angle, take the opposite foot that you were working on. Send that foot towards the top of the mat. Toes pointing forward. Begin to bend into that knee. Again, watching that you're tracking it more towards the little toe. So as you begin to open and expand through the whole pelvis, the inner thighs, sink it down a little bit further. Then extend your arms. Extend your gaze. Take in a breath and soften where you can soften. All right, let's flip the front arm, again, working right into the shoulder joint to make that movement. So the palm faces the ceiling. Take a half bind, bring the other arm behind the back, just snuggle in there nice and tight. Raise the arm towards the ceiling. Find the extension, then take it overhead for the side bends. Taking a breath. Let's all be our peaceful warriors here. Straighten that front leg. Reach back a little further. Make it feel good. Nice. Returning to your warrior two. Unbind the back arm. Release both arms out. Send the gaze out. And bring the hands to the waist. Pivot the front foot around. So again, you're in that wide angle. This time, pick up the heels, draw them in so that the heels are in and the toes flare out. Take a seat. So be mindful. Send those knees tracking again over the toes. Keep the spine nice and straight. See if you can draw that pelvis and the belly in, soften the shoulders. Beautiful. Inhale. Reach the arms overhead. And on the exhale, send them out like warrior two arms. We're going to find a nice side angle here. Again, make sure the knees stay wide. Take the left forearm down to the thigh. Spine still stays nice and long and up. As you set lightly the forearm on the thigh, take the other arm up and over. Flow this, bring both arms up, straighten both legs, reach. Bend into the other leg, find your side angle. Big inhale straightens the leg, both arms up, take it to the opposite side. And back up, reach long, legs nice and long. Take that goddess bend, take the side bend. One more time, each side, knees wide. Inhale, lift, exhale to the side. And back up and over. Back up, both hands to the waist, straighten the legs. Good. Take a forward fold, straight spine here. Keep the hands right, resting right at the hips. Straight spine, straight legs if you can. Hands come down to the mat. Good. Pivot the feet again now, heels out. So slightly pigeon-toed, send the hips back, take a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Take a bend into that right knee. Keep your hands planted in center here. Just getting a nice stretch through the left inner thigh. Again, arms are nice and relaxed. Head is relaxed. Press back into the palms as the hips come to center and take it to the opposite side. So working side to side here, just like coaxing if you could. The inner thighs to warm up, lengthen, and strengthen. And then slowly bringing it back to center. Making our way back to the top of the mat. The next time the right knee is bent, walk the hands over towards that foot, pivot the feet around, and then step up and find your forward fold, top of the mat. And if you're not there, just make your way there any way that feels comfortable to you. We hang in a fold. We find the half lift. We draw that belly in. We lift the heart out towards the top of our mat. Lengthen the spine. And then we fold nice and deep. We plant the hands on our mat. Right foot steps back. Left foot steps back. Lift the hips high to find your dog. Come up high on the toes. Bend the knees. And like you could just shoot the spine forward. Find your plank. Press into the palms. Draw the belly in. Heels go back. Chest lifts. Drop the knees. Send the hips back. Knees together. Child's pose here. Hips back towards the heels. Again, support under the knees, behind the knees. Keep the toes tucked just to send some of the weight out of the knees to the feet. Drop the forearms down to soften your child's pose. And then draw the hands, the arms beside the body, the palms up. Clasping your heels or just relaxing the arms on the mat to begin to coax the shoulders to release and let go, to round in. The chest is allowed to collapse on the thighs. Again, it's not a comfortable position. We're compressing the whole front body. And here, as we compress the whole front body, we focus on bringing the breath into the back body. And again, it's not forceful. Take that inhale through the nose and see if you can actually watch that breath. Fill the back body, fill the back lungs, expand the back ribs, and open the shoulder blades. And then exhale nice and slow so that the whole body comes down in a nice, relaxed, gentle, quiet moment. Ujjayi, if you have it, listen to the breath. Making our way onto the back body, just really slow here. Slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press into the palms to lift the torso. Untuck the toes and slide over to one hip. Extending the legs long towards the top of the mat. Scoot yourself around. Give them a nice little shake. Take the hands and just slide them down the thighs, the knees, the shin bone. Just find some length here. Again, see if you can maintain a straight spine. Use the hands as a leverage here to draw the heart forward. Neck right in line with the spine. Tucking the belly in. Maybe there's a little more room to slide the hands closer down the shin towards the ankle. Maybe as you arrive here, yes, there is a stretch in the back of the legs. Let that lengthen the hamstrings, but at the same time, as you draw the heart forward, can you feel from the tailbone into the low back? Soften again here. Stretch into the outer hips. That stretch helps stretch the low back. One more breath. And then release the hands to the outside of the legs. Slide them down the mat towards your hips. Again, coming to rest right on the forearms. As you press into the elbows here, arch the spine, lift the chest, let the head fall back into the shelf there, that upper trapezius. It's safe. It's not just hanging out. We open up the throat. We open up the jawbone. And then slowly we roll from that tailbone, low back, mid ribs, shoulder blades, head, back down to the mat. Sweep the arms overhead one more time. Find that long stretch. And then bringing the knees into the chest, give them a hug. Plant the feet into that bridge position, just a couple bridge flows here to open the front and the back body. Arms beside the body, the palms are down. As you press into your heels and into your hands, lift the hips up with your in-breath. Roll the weight onto the upper shoulders here, not the head. Neck is nice and relaxed. Like you could point your kneecaps to the back of your mat here. Lift the hips a little higher. Weight comes again onto the upper shoulders. Length from the knees to the hip points, to the shoulder points. Take in a nice full breath. Then lower slowly. You can round the spine or you can bring it down in one straight movement. Take a pause. We'll do this twice more. Inhale, pressing into the feet. Lift the hips. Shift the weight. Send the knees away. Keeping the knees in one line here. A block helps tremendously with that. Exhale, lower down. And the last one. Inhale, let's lift. And exhale, let's lower down. Pausing here again, just allowing the hips to settle, the pelvis to settle, the breath to settle. Find your figure four, lifting the right ankle to the left thigh. Flex that right foot. Right finger pads assist in sending that right knee away from the body. Pause here. Begin that rocking motion from one hip to the other hip. So at the beginning of our practice, our lower body stayed nice, light, and relaxed. As we finish up here, it's the upper body that we want nice, light, and relaxed. So let's bring the hands either to cactus or to T the arms. And as you rock from one hip bone to the other, see if you can make the movement, the twist come a little bit larger, coming more onto the side of the hip. So maybe the sole of the foot comes closer to the floor, and then as you come to the other side, the knee comes closer to the floor. Back and forth. And then when you come back to that right side, let's hold there. Holds. You can slide the left foot down towards the bottom of your mat so you can bring that left knee down a little bit further with the support of that right ankle on the outside of the thigh. Take a moment to just enjoy that stretch down the left side body, but in particular from that left hip down the IT band to the knee. Maybe rotate the head in the opposite direction. Take in a full breath and just let the body drop here onto the mat. Gentle spinal twist. If you have the rotation in the head, bring it back to center, then use your core, draw the leg structure back up, and just take that rock again. Work it out side to side. And as we pause back at center, release the right ankle, bring the right foot down. Let's switch sides. Left ankle is going to come up, set right on top of that right thigh. Left finger pads inside the left thigh, just to encourage the knee. The knee always wants to fall in. It's the safest, most comfortable space, but find that space around the hip bone and send the knee gently away, flexing through that left foot. And a nice gentle rock here, one hip to the other, right across the low back. Upper body, no wasted energy. Making that rock just a little bit bigger, maybe from one side to the other. Rocking to the hip bone and maybe to the side of the hip. And the next time we head over to the left, let's hold there. Sliding maybe the right foot down a little towards the bottom of the mat so that when you release the legs to the left, allowing the left ankle to right outside of the right thigh, bringing that right knee down a little closer to the mat. Again, that beautiful stretch is very hard to feel from the hip bone down the outside of the thigh to the knee. See if you can feel that. Maybe rotating the head to the opposite side. And use your breath here again. Just release the body. Weight and gravity doing all the work. One more breath. Head returns to neutral. Knees lift back. Pause to settle the hip bones. Release the left ankle. Let's draw both knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Rest the hands lightly on the knees. Send the knees, I want to say east and west, right and left. Good. Open to that wide V here. Push the knees back to the back of your mat as you roll onto the tip of that tailbone. Then draw the knees back into the chest. So we're going to make these big, wide circles. And at the same time, enjoy, hopefully, a nice little massage along the spinal column. And we'll take the reverse of that. So send the knees down towards the mat, out to the side, and then draw them up and into the chest. And preparing for our final resting pose. The next time the knees are at the chest, hold them there. Maybe wrap the forearms around the shins, hug your body in close, picking up your shoulder blades and head off of the mat, form this nice tight ball, compressing all the organs in the body here so that when we open up, everything is flooded with new life, new blood, new oxygen. Releasing slowly, head and shoulders to the mat, the arms outside the body. Release the legs to the corners of their mat so that the feet can flop open. Again, if you used your bolster or towel underneath the knees, something to support the weight of the legs. The beautiful part about that is as you support the legs, it also drops the low back onto the mat. It gives it lots of space to feel the support of the mat. Tuck in the shoulder blades, nod in the chin, close down the eyes. A few moments of quiet stillness. Shavasana. Deepening the breath just a bit here. Taking in a fuller inhale into the nose. Feel the chest and the ribs expand. As you exhale slowly, maybe bringing some movement back into the hands and the wrists and the toes and the ankles. Slight movement in the head. Moistening the lips. Opening up the jaw. And drawing the knees back into the chest. Take one more rock side to side. And then release yourself over onto the side body, maybe using your bicep as a pillow. Just again, pausing here, allowing the shoulders to roll in, backing through the hips, re-regulating the heart and the blood flow. And in your own time, pressing your way to a seated position, reaching for a block or pillow. Sitting up nice and straight, stacking the spine. Taking the arms out to the side, up overhead, we find that prayer. Let that prayer touch the back of the heart as you bend through the elbows, thumbs coming towards the back body. Take a big breath as you inhale the prayer back to the heavens and into the heart. Take a bow of the head, maybe close down the eyes. Taking a moment to give thanks for this community that we share, the movement and the energy, the lessons we learn here, and the connections that we make. As we move off the mat today, let's stay open to whatever unfolds. Stay present within the unexpected moments and know that this practice on our mat carries forward into our day with breath, with love, and hopefully with a peaceful heart. Namaste, my friends. Love to you all.